YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, and welcome to the Boshin War in 1860s Japan? Yeah, 1864 is what the years got here. So yes, Follow the Samurai. This is one of my favorite pieces of work ever done by Creative Assembly because Shogun 2 was already a very masterful game, especially considering that it was released almost 10 years ago today. It is quite a feat. And I was playing it on stream last night because we had finished all the stream campaigns in Total War Warhammer 2, so there wasn't a campaign I needed to stream, and I was like, you know what, let's play some Follow the Samurai. And I didn't do too great. By the end of the episode, I had pretty much lost. And so I had mentioned that I wanted to go back and play some more, and if you haven't seen the stream, you can go back and watch it if you'd like. It's up on a video on demand. And I wanted to make this, though, as a follow-up to kind of give you some advice on, well, I started off wrong with the Satsuma, so what did I do wrong, and what was a better way to approach it? Well, again, you'll need to watch some of the other video to find out, but I'm going to describe it here briefly. When I started off, you start off with Satsuma and Osumi in a small army, and you are at war with the faction that inhabits Hyuga here. So, just like last time, I quickly moved and took Hyuga, except this time I did it a little faster than last time, defeating the enemy in an open battle somewhere in this vicinity here, and then quickly going and seizing their town. Directly after that, I marched my army up to the border here with the clan who was occupying Bungo. They were allied with the clan that had been occupying Higo. So it was a bit of a risk for me here because by declaring war on the clan in Bungo, I was also going to end up at war with the clan in Higo. But I marched right up to the border, used my agent to come up and scout Bungo. I realized that they didn't have much of a defense. So I declared war, immediately attacked, took them out of the equation in one turn, and it just so happened that this clan over here was at war with the Hirado, to whom I am now allied. So after the fact, when the Hirado took this, I made an alliance with them, and now I sit in a relatively safe position on Kyushu because I have an ally in the Hirado. The Saga are my friends, though for whatever reason they don't want to ally with me yet. Maybe they've changed their mind now that No, they still don't want anything to do with it. And again, strange reasoning, but whatever. So they're not having it. But again, I've got an ally here. These guys aren't going to declare war on me immediately. And then basically we have one more faction that we're at war here, which is the Kumamoto. So we'll take a look there. It's not the Choshu. You can see an army there. This is the faction that had occupied Bungo. I just hit them hard. So we'll be able to move in and capture Buzen up here potentially as well, which would be a great capture. So I'm going to do something similar here. I'm going to move up. Big risk here, though, is that this province is still quite unhappy. So I am going to have to exempt them from taxes, which is going to hurt my income. But I am working on a little program back here. I have a couple of agents who are boosting Hyuga. And as soon as I can remove one from here, which I think I can now, I'm going to pull my Ishin Shishi out of here. Yep, and see, we're still on that positive side. I'll send the Ishin Shishi up to rally the populace at Bungo. And I'll leave the geisha here to continue to entertain the nobles. And so now we can kind of see what we're going to have to face outside Buzen. And it's a pretty substantial force of enemies here. We can soften it up a little with some naval bombardment, if we were lucky, which we weren't there. We did not manage to cause any damage, unfortunately. Makes me wonder, who are the Choshu at war with? Let's take a look. They are at war with the same faction, so this is good for me. The Choshu might actually soften them up a little and make it possible for me to move in and pick up the scraps. Let's end the turn and see what happens. And if this indeed works, it will be a relatively quick way for me to have secured Kyushu. It looks like it will, so the Choshu took the hit there. The enemy army is remaining right in front of me, which is odd for them to have attacked with me literally sitting right here in front of them. They must feel fairly confident. So we need to make them lose. I'm going to pull in my ships to help with naval fire support here. In fact, we're going to shoot them. Again, failed. So 2 turns in a row where we failed to even cause any damage. So good stuff. But we get a chance to fight and win here. We are outnumbered by just a little bit. They have more guns. We have more melee. We have same generals, Haramoto's. It's giving them the advantage here, I guess, just because guns and the extra troops. So we'll see. We need to win. Alright, I'm here in the battle, and as is typical for the AI in Shogun 2, they just hill camp as far back in the map as they can whenever you are the attacker, and unless you have artillery, they might break out of the hill camping. I'm going to drop a naval bombardment flare here. That may cause them to move. I don't really exactly remember how the AI behaves in this game, but my guess is that they will start moving now that they are threatened by a naval bombardment. I'm not going to move any of my troops, though, because if I move my troops, it may cause them to move. I'm going to wait and just see what happens. The naval bombardment. It takes forever for these things to come in. Yeah, they are going to start running away. I doubt they'll get all their troops out of range. We'll see. Hopefully we score a couple of lucky hits. But while they're moving, it is an opportunity for us to reposition our troops. I'm going to get a little bit closer to being in range with some of my gun troops. And I'm going to use this terrain over here to kind of block my advance. And do some movement here. And the same thing, we're going to start to surround the enemy. And I'm going to keep my general, again, right underneath this elevation. So, did we cause any damage? One guy there, 5 guys there, couple there. Very light damage overall. So what we may want to do is try and engage these troops and then drop another naval bombardment. So I'll come back to you when my next naval bombardment's ready and I'm ready to make a move against the enemy here. Alright, I'm a couple more minutes in, and apparently the AI is very dumb, because they moved forward a line infantry to shoot at my spear levy, and then just started getting absolutely shellacked by my own line infantry here. So their levies are going to pay a hefty price for only gaining a few kills on my spear levies. So I'm going to try and kind of pick the AI apart a little bit right here. And you can see it's going to be fairly effective. I can now push back in this direction because they are engaged with my line infantry and can't defend against this. So feeling pretty good about this outcome. I'm going to kind of push forward a little bit here too. The terrain does give me a little favor here. I'm going to see if we can lure another enemy gun unit out into this unfavorable fight where they have to walk into my waiting line units. Looks like we do have another taker. Let's fall back a little, keep it coming, see if we can lure it forward. And again, we'll keep trying to get these units into bad fights. See, they're actually peeling off 2 units in this direction, and now multiple units in this direction. So I'm going to fall back a little bit here, see if we can lure them into the loving arms of this levy infantry. So let's fall back. I'm going to keep my general ducked right behind this hill. Yep, and the AI has kind of fully taken the bait over here, so I'm going to fall back just a little bit more. Reposition these 2 line units where they can both shoot. Now we've got the AI just kind of fully breaking, well, not fully breaking, but definitely breaking some positions on the hill. I'm gonna keep luring these guys. Let's back down here just a little bit. Yeah, see, these guys are fully bought in. I'll leave 1 line infantry here, another here. Start pushing these spear levy again because now I've just got good clean shots here. Oh yeah, it's a good position. Their guys are blobbed. I've got melee infantry rushing in, so again, we're going to try and just pick these guys apart. We've almost got a bead with this unit here too. And once these units get nice and stationary engaged, I'll drop that naval bombardment again. Yeah, see, now we've peeled another unit off over here as well. Let's keep luring them this way. These fights are going quite good for me at the moment. Push up just a little here. Yep, let's back up. Back up, back up. General, fall back just a little because they will try and shoot you. Okay, let them have it, gents, let them have it. I see they've repositioned on this hillside, so I really can't rush my infantry, but we can continue getting kind of a 2-for-1 shooting engagement here. I can now drop a naval bombardment here. Get ready to do a little support. And I can now start rushing spear levy in. Let's bring my cavalry underneath here. This engagement continues to be favorable for me. Now I'll start shooting up the hill here. Yeah, see, they're having to move now because of the naval bombardment. Ooh, this is actually going to be kind of bad for me right here. Come on, score just one hit. Yep, there's a decent one right there. A little bit risky because I'm running my own spears up towards this. Okay, I'm gonna rush my spears in there. We need some more line support here. Still getting the double shoot here. This is good. This is good. I'm gonna start firing uphill into that line. And now I'll double up on them. I've got spears engaged. And I can bring my general up to kind of give a little bit of encouragement. So we are managing to pick apart our enemies here. Slowly but surely. There's still quite a few enemies left though, so...
One of your units can no longer fire, General!
What unit would that be? My line infantry most likely? Yeah, this unit is out of ammunition, so we're going to start using them as bait. Let's move further up the hill. Alright, we made a break here. Let's get our spear levies. Start pushing here. Start pushing this spear levy. Alright, I'm going to have to make a melee engagement decision here. Let's keep pushing up the hill. Let's get this line infantry into position. Start shooting here. I'm going to try and go 3-on-1 here. And I'm going to take one spear levy and just kind of bum rush here. Will that draw the attention of their cavalry? It sure might. Okay, I think we're in good shape here, folks. I think we're in good shape. Shoot them. It's point blank. Let them have it. I got a spear levy in here. Okay. Let's tighten up our formation.
Sir, I fear your general is in mortal
Which general
peril,
is in
sir.
mortal peril? This one took some stray shots. He'll be all right. We did it, folks. We are going to end up cleaning this one up. Got their generals entirely bogged down in spearmen. I should be able to get a charge into this levy infantry. This will be a little bit risky, because they're going to reposition most likely and may get a shot or two. Go ahead and rally, or sorry, inspire my generals Hatamoto. Excellent. This is going to be a huge victory.
Victory is assured,
Huge
sir.
victory. So big win here. And see that the strategy there was just be patient. Wait for the AI to make a mistake in their camping routine. We did. We took advantage of them. There we go. Boom. Alright, so now we have gained a victory in the battle. But we need to win the war. So it's not over yet. It's not over yet. This army is quite damaged. They're going to want to fall back, no doubt. Did I attempt? Yeah, we attempted a bombardment already. I'm going to stay in this province because I can replenish, and then we'll just immediately push their castle. And I think the other thing we'll probably want to do at this point is go ahead and get some reinforcements streaming up this way in case we need larger forces to help stream on into their castle. I'm going to end a turn, and we'll kind of take a look at where we're at. Alright, our turn has ended. We're at the beginning of fall, so we would be able to siege a couple of turns without having to worry. But let's do a little scouting first before we get ourselves into trouble. They do have some armies left, though it's not a lot of armies, but they've honestly left me what I think is a good opportunity here. If I fight these guys on open ground, I feel a lot better about my chances. The Choshu are waiting in the wings to take Busan, and I don't want them to get it. So I'm going to make this attack now against the castle. They get reinforcements if I fight this battle immediately, which may not be great for me. But if I just siege the castle, so like right here, I'm going to not break the siege, I'm going to continue the siege. I can go ahead and... Yep, I managed to get a bombardment. Didn't do a lot, but we killed a few cavalry in the general's unit. We've got a coal pit there, and then we've got a copper mine we picked up. Bungo is now in much better shape. We have an inn here, which will help the happiness of the population. And we can actually unexempt them from taxes now, though it is rather close. And let's see. Tenant fields. Actually a decent bit of wealth. It's meager soil. Let's see, the copper pit helps me export more copper. And that might not be bad, because I do have some trade agreements open. And the extra trade resources would certainly be potentially useful. There's a lot of different stuff I can build, honestly, at the moment. Let's go ahead and boost up the copper production. And we did get our... Ooh, actually, this may be the only thing keeping the settlement from being angry. Yeah, it is. Alright, whatever. Let's go ahead and re-exempt them from taxes, because I do want to start moving some reinforcements up this way, just in case we end up needing them suddenly, but I think we're in a good position. Alright, so some really hilarious shenanigans happened over the turn-in, which was, there was a rebellion. The army that rebelled ended up coming up, because they had more troops here than I thought they did. And the army that rebelled actually managed to beat back those troops for me, leaving the castle near completely exposed and easy to auto-resolve. So this was, unlike last night, the gods of total war smiling down on me here. The rebels are still present with a, I would say, a sizable army. A little bit concerning, not gonna lie, but not like the world's most concerning thing. My allies are nearby, who are probably also at war with these folks, I would think. So let's look at the Hirado. Yeah, this is good. I mean, they're at war, but their other province right here should be... So, I mean, at this point, we control a big chunk of Kyushu, and I would say that we're in a much more sound state of security, obviously, than we were on the stream last night. It must have been this Choshu Ishin Shishi that caused the rebellion, I think. I think he can cause the rebellions. Here's the Choshu. They want a trade agreement, access, and a military alliance. I think this is fair. We definitely want the allies here, so let's accept their offer. Alright, my other allies just took over the other province. So the clan we were fighting is now destroyed, and it just leaves me to only have to deal with a small rebel army who's causing whatever damage they can cause at the moment. We don't need to enlist him, actually. So they damaged my coal mine, which is honestly a bit irritating. Let's see, can we bombard the rebels? Killed 18 of their levy infantry. What do they got here? That's a lot of saber cavalry. Well, the auto-resolve looks like it'd be favorable to me. I'm gonna risk it. Yep, all we lost was a spear levy. I'll take it. And our general gained some rank there. Let's go take advantage of that. There was this replenishment rate. All the troops under his command, I definitely want that. All fleets to engage in night battles. Or whatever. Alright, let's finish these guys off. No more losses. Excellent. We can go stand back at Buzen, which is a little bit upset right now. The fortress is destroyed. We need to repair it. The harbor needs to be repaired. Our open pit coal mine needs to be repaired. So plenty of things to repair. Bungo is in pretty good shape. We can actually start taxing it again now. So now we're making some good money. And we'll be able to secure Buzen. I'm going to try and get these people to not revolt against me. So I'm going to do that for a turn. Bring up these reinforcements so I got another levy infantry. Alright, so we get the opportunity to employ William Willis here, who's going to, for 12 turns, give us happiness and replenishment rates. So that feels like a good spend for our money. We're going to employ him. And look at this, folks. That's it. That's really what I wanted to show you. So after my rather horrific start last night, here you go. Here's a rather good start, in my opinion. Maybe it's not. Maybe you all still think I stink. But, you know, this puts us in control of a sizable portion of Kyushu. The rest of Kyushu is allied. And the Choshu, right here on the kind of southern end of Honshu. I know it looks more like western end according to this map, but they are allied to us. So, and then we have a trade agreement with the Tosa. So, here we are. Good start. And now I can kind of have enough provinces to build up a decent economy and kind of get started with some good push into this campaign. But anyway, I felt bad leaving that stream the way it was last night because I always hate leaving off like that. giving a bad example of how to play. So there you go. There's a better example of how to play this game. Remember, the difficulty settings are the same as last night. I was playing on hard last night, set to hard here as well. So there we go. The proper Satsuma start in Follow the Samurai. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I'll see you all next time.